welcome to our new kitchen.
Maybe I'm overreacting to this whole thing.
Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to another video. I am so excited for today's vlog. We are going through our kitchen reno. This has been such a long process and something that like Alan and I went back and forth for a few months debating whether we were actually going to do it, taking meetings with a few different reno places, and then finally deciding to go for it and do it. And I could not be happier with how it turned out. And just like the process was annoying, it was long, but it was well worth it, and I'm so excited to show you guys the process and the reveal. While editing, I realized that I never did an intro, so that's why I'm introing this vlog now. And I also realized I never chatted about the overall vision and aesthetics of everything. Like I chatted through what we were changing, but not the overall aesthetics. So I wanted to just quickly, before starting this video, chat about what my overall idea was, the things that I didn't like, and why we wanted to change what we ended up changing. First off, when I originally bought this condo, I primarily bought it for the layout and the view and knew I wanted to renovate the kitchen at some point, that it wasn't going to be the forever permanent kitchen in the apartment. I didn't hate the browns, but I knew at some point I wanted something a little bit more bright, a little bit more minimal, neutral. Not that brown isn't a neutral, but just white. Basically, in essence, I wanted a kitchen that was a little bit more white. All of my pictures on Pinterest looked something like these, with a pretty white kitchen, all white cabinets, white marble countertops. I love the white and bright aesthetic, especially for an apartment. Now, if we're talking about a future home, maybe not, but I find with just a condo, apartment, downtown city living, white is so clean, so bright, and looks so good. Even for like long-term and future, if we were to sell it or rent out this place, like I think it just makes so much more sense than the brown cabinets. Now we do talk a little bit about the functionality of the kitchen. The kitchen as it was just was not really functional. We had cupboards that opened up that didn't stay up, and that there was so much wasted space above the cabinets. Like, yes, regardless, if we had cabinets that go all the way up, you would need a stool to access those top ones, but we really wanted something that opens up the kitchen, that draws your eye up, that makes the space feel bigger than it actually is. I'm grateful that we do have a pretty big condo. Like, it's not massive, it's not tiny, it's just kind of like a good size condo, but the kitchen is like a medium-sized amount. It has more space than I felt like was functionally being used, so we definitely wanted to utilize all of the space that we could. We played around with a few different layouts, took a few different meetings, but ultimately settled on what we ended up going with. So let's get into the vlog. I'm going to show a few behind the scenes, a few bits of the reno, and then just chat through the process as we go throughout it. So it is a little bit of a messy vlog because I couldn't film a whole ton, but I still hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll take you through the whole final process of our kitchen. So let's get into it.
Being too dramatic, overthinking, getting myself.
Alan and I are headed on our way to our first kitchen planning appointment because we've decided we want to renovate the kitchen. It needs some updates and just needs to be more functional for a living situation. So this afternoon we are headed to our first kitchen planning appointment to kind of get an idea of what might work best for the space. I think we'll probably keep things as basically the same, but upgrade and update the cupboards, and also probably add in an island. So we're just going to go cost price estimate things out, get some initial scopes and plans so that we can submit to potentially renovate the kitchen. So thought I would take you guys with us because it's gonna be a fun little home update. thought I would give a little kitchen update because tomorrow morning Alan and I are actually going to pick out some final details of our kitchen reno. It's honestly been a wee bit chaotic because first we wanted to get everything done through IKEA Kitchens because they had a big kitchen sale going on and we thought it was off all the kitchen stuff. I'm gonna rant here for a hot minute, so like sit in. So we ended up ordering all of our new cabinets, our countertop, and everything with IKEA just to find out that it was only the cabinets that were on sale. So we ended up returning the countertop. We also found out, because we were gonna do the whole installation, everything with IKEA, we found out that they don't do demo, so they wouldn't take all of this off and do all of the pre-work that needed to be done for the installation. So we kind of said scrap all of that. We returned the countertop, ended up keeping only the new cabinets, which are gonna actually be delivered hopefully within the next week or so. So things are gonna start happening really quickly for this kitchen reno. But I thought I would chat through kind of everything that we're doing to the kitchen now that it is almost fully finalized, because I also realized that I never chatted through what we were doing to the kitchen, just that we were going for our initial planning and consult appointment and then what we were doing from there. We ended up buying all of our cabinetry from IKEA, and then we're having a different kitchen reno company come to do demo, install, as well as do some cabinets. So I'm super excited. We're not doing a full kitchen reno, but enough that it's gonna look basically entirely different. So the first thing that's changing, these lovely things are finally going. If you've been here since I moved, you know that I've just dealt with these cupboards and I've just like been like, it is what it is, we'll get them fixed eventually. So these cupboards lift up. Nice. They don't stay up, they actually just fall right back down. So they are an absolute pain in the ass anytime that Alan and I are like going to get stuff from them. One of us has the freaking cupboard door on our head so we can reach up and grab stuff. They have just been the biggest pain, and I knew I wanted to get them renoed and fixed at some point. So that's the first thing that's changing. We're doing all new cabinetry up here. I feel like I need to do a little walk around and show you guys, but all of the cabinetry up there is going. We're doing cabinetry. It's gonna start just a little bit higher up than it does now and go all the way up to the ceiling, which is something else that really bothered me. I hated this like weird empty space that's between the top of the cabinet and the bulkhead. Like, it's just, visually it brings down the room. When we have really tall ceilings, like they are, I believe they're 10.5-foot ceilings, and then above the bulkhead is 9.5-foot ceilings. Like, it is tall, and the fact that there's just this random extra space from the top of the cabinets to the bulkhead just like pulls the room down. It doesn't draw your eye up and make the room feel as tall as it is. So our cabinets are going to be going all the way up, completely gutting all of this. We're also getting rid of the microwave up here and then putting in a new integrated vent hood, so you're not going to see the vent hood again at all. So it's going to be all seamless all across here. It's going to look like one big panel, which I'm super excited for. The cupboards that we're getting are also a wee bit bigger than the ones that we have here right now. So instead of, we have 2 shelves in each thing right now, they're going to have 3 shelves and be a little bit taller. So they're going to start a little bit higher up, but they're going to go all the way up to the ceiling. So we have more storage up there, which I'm super excited for. We did decide to go with a somewhat shiny white. So it's going to be all white cabinetry up here, and they're going to be the push to open ones, so no handles. So it's going to be all very seamless, very modern, which I'm someone that loves like a mid-century modern, something that's like kind of a little bit more elegant, almost like elegant farmhouse. But for an apartment and long-term of it, being able to like rent it out in the future and stuff, I knew that I wanted it to be something that was elegant, modern, timeless, seamless, like just a little bit more city chic than what my typical interior style would be if it was like a house in more of the countryside or suburbs. So we are doing full white, seamless. There's going to be no handles there. The second thing that is currently the debate on changing. So this is the debate, and we're going to figure this out tomorrow morning when we go see some stone samples and stuff and just price it out to see if it's actually within our price budget. The second big addition that is happening is that we are putting an island off of this little wall area here. So there's a little wall space in between the hallway and the patio door, so this mirror is going to have to get removed. But we're doing an island off of here. It's going to have a drink fridge as well as we'll be putting in a microwave, and just like picture a giant island going right blob right here. So now with that being said, this island is going to have a different countertop than what is here right now, and we haven't picked out that countertop because I have been debating if it just makes the most sense to rip out all of this countertop and backsplash entirely and get a countertop that is going to match obviously this to the future island that is going to be in this space. So that's kind of been my dilemma, and if we actually have the price budget for it, but we'll figure that out. That's like our last thing that needs to be finalized for all of the designs that we've picked for this kitchen reno, is that we need to finalize what stone we're using for the island countertop, and then if it makes sense and budget works out, we're also gonna get the countertop and backsplash removed here. And I think this is currently the other big question. I think that I want to do countertop for the island, countertop for the kitchen matching, and then the backsplash will also be the same stone. I've been debating back and forth if I just want the two countertops matching and then the backsplash will be slightly different, like a really minimal, like just white or subway tile or something that's like very understated, chic, but a little bit more cost effective than doing the same stone on the full backsplash wall, because I do love the look of that. There's like one big slab of marble as a backsplash. I think it's really pretty, really elegant. I'll insert some like inspo photos. I know we've been over inspo, but I'll insert some more inspo photos here of kind of what I'm thinking, both for the full marble slab and then also for the if I was doing like subway tile and then matching countertop situation. So two different vibes, but like both are really pretty. So that's kind of the gist of what's happening to the kitchen. Nothing absolutely crazy major, like we're not ripping out the bottom cupboards or the fridge or anything at all. So everything that you guys see that is kind of that like brown wood grain pattern, so all that is staying and all of these lowers are staying. The only thing that's changing, that might be changing, is the countertop. Might update the tap situation because it's also kind of been a pain. It doesn't have two different nozzles, which it is what it is, but that's kind of the kitchen update and what we decided we wanted to change, and also what just kind of worked with our budget, giving our kitchen a facelift but not an entire demo and remodel, because then we also don't have to be out of our house for like a week. It's only like, I think, 2 to 3 days, so nothing crazy. But I wanted to give a little update before we go tomorrow morning to kind of pick out some stone and finalize some things, because I am super excited. This process has like happened kind of quickly. Like I'm actually really surprised at how quickly it's happening. Demo and install is happening in just over a week, so everything's happening so quickly, but I'm so excited. I can't wait to decorate and stuff once it's all put together. But that's a little chatty update. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning when we go to pick out our stone. Good morning and welcome to Kitchen Reno Day 1. So all of the boxes for all of our new cupboards and stuff got delivered late last week. I made myself a little cup of coffee this morning. It is like currently 9 o'clock and the construction workers should be here shortly, but I wanted to give like a little bit of an update. It's been just a little bit of a chaotic last few days, and even like this morning trying to get things ready, but we're so confused but excited. Like this whole laneway is empty, but we've got literal like boxes and parts for our kitchen everywhere. Giant stack of boxes over here. Our new little drink fridge sitting there. I'm in the process of cleaning this off because we have to, I know babes, we're gonna go for a walk. This is basically all clear and ready to go. We just have to clean off a few last little things, but it's so weird to see everything like all empty again because all of this is coming down today, like absolutely all empty. It's pretty crazy to be honest, but basically they're doing the full demo today, so all of this is coming down and all of the countertops are going, and then they're starting install today, finishing install tomorrow. Basically this whole project is about a week long, so not too bad. We are going to be living in chaos though for a little bit, just like with all of our things everywhere and like pushed out of the way. I'm hoping to be able to vlog like a little bit when they're here and doing some of like the demo and construction and stuff, but if not, I'll have to like do like end of day 1 updates, end of day 2 updates. I'm so excited. This is actually crazy that like my kitchen's not gonna look like this anymore, because I've lived here for almost 4 years now, and like it's obviously been like this the whole time. So I'm excited for a change and something new and like to reorganize again. I don't know about you guys, but I am such an organization freak. I love organizing things and making it like so functional. Weird, but like that's me. So we're gonna take Pluto on a walk, and hopefully by the time we get back, the construction workers will be here and they'll have started. I'm so excited. A little midday update. Everything is gone from the top. All the cupboards are down, micro's down, the vent hood, range hood came out. It looks so open. That's crazy. I mean, we are obviously putting cupboards back up, but that's actually crazy, and it's so echoey in here right now. It is the end of day 2, and I thought I would give a little update because I did not get any of the work that was done today, and I also did not give an update yesterday. So let's go over what's been done so far. It's looking good so far. We have all of our cabinetry is all removed and all up. Now, they did install push openers. I removed the one out of this one because I think I decided I just don't like the push openers, and they're just kind of obnoxious. Like, I'll show you. So that's the push opener. And then they take up so much space on the shelf. So I think I'm gonna remove the push opener. We're gonna have just like little holes in here that I need to fill. But other than that, I love how this turned out, and I think that it's given us already so much more space. I'll give you like a full overview, and then we'll get into what else has been done. Is obviously the countertop and the backsplash has all been removed. So the plan is to have a countertop that goes all the way across, obviously, and then all the way up as well. So they'll be like patching or repairing some of these holes so that it goes flush. And then over here, it is a mess, but we're just gonna go with it. We've got our island mostly installed. So we've got cabinet number 1. This is just for storage. And then the fridge is going to go here. There's some garbage that we need to take out, but fridge and box. Fridge is gonna go here. Microwave is going there, and then we have a little drawer down here. Again, push openers, not sure how I feel about those. I think we might end up removing them. So far, so good. I love how much height the cabinets add to the kitchen. I feel like instead of like drawing your eye down like the old ones do, these ones definitely draw your eye up, and it makes the space feel as tall as it actually is, because our condo is so tall. Now I feel like it actually draws your eye up fully, and it's going to completely transform the space once we have the full backsplash and countertop in. But here's a little update so far. After a few days of waiting in anticipation and of just nothing happening with our kitchen, our countertops and backsplash are finally getting installed today, and then tomorrow all of the appliances and our sink and faucet and stuff are getting installed. So we are on the home stretch. Our reno is almost done. So it looks like this right now. It's just all been stripped. So today they're bringing in the full wall backsplash and then the countertops, and then we're also getting the countertops here for the island installed, and I believe that's all that is happening today. After today, it is finally going to look kind of like a kitchen again, which will be awesome, and we'll have a countertop to use, because I'm not gonna lie, eating takeout for the last almost week has not been fun, and I miss cooking, so. This is insane. I literally have been standing here for the last like 10 minutes. Like the countertop guys just finished and left, and I've been standing here for the last 10 minutes just going, whoa, whoa. Like just repeating whoa, because this is actually crazy. It looks so good, and it makes such a difference to the space. I have been an anxious bean, I'm not gonna lie, with just like the uppers done and then our old countertop ripped off. I was really worried if I wasn't gonna end up liking it, but this is insane. And I feel like I look so small now in comparison to the kitchen. Makes it feel so much bigger and brighter and taller, and I'm so obsessed with how this is turning out. There's still a few things that they have to finish up and come back tomorrow to do, but this is insane, you guys. Look at this. I'll have to give you a better closer up and like details and everything when it's all done. I think it should be all done tomorrow. Like that's what I've been told. So hopefully it's all done tomorrow and I'll give you guys the full little tour and rundown and how everything is looking. But so far so good. Day technically 3, it's been a week now, but day 3 of work is complete and all of our countertops are in. Officially, welcome to our new kitchen. It is finally done. Literally everything is finished. It is done, finished, smack. We're gonna do a little kitchen tour and then we're going to reset up our kitchen. We've already kind of started putting back some things just because we've had to have some sort of functionality for the last few days. So I have put most of our things away in the cupboards and stuff, but we're gonna reset the countertop and just put away the last remaining few things. But let's go over everything that got changed and all of the final details. Starting off on our island here, we'll definitely need some new island stools at some point because we can now fit at minimum 3, but probably hopefully 4. We have lovely matching quartz countertops with our new quartz backsplash and countertops over there. Obviously what was left is all of the brown wood cabinets, our fridge, stove, dishwasher all got left. On the back side of the cabinet, we have 3 separate, I guess, cabinet pieces. So starting off, I have started to kind of fill this one, but this is our only storage spot. It definitely needs to be organized, but I've started putting kind of like alcohol, random stuff on the bottom, cooking pots and pans there, and then this is like totally random here. We have our beverage fridge, which I do want to fill with you guys for the first time today. I think this is one of the first times Pluto's heard it open, but it's got so much space, whether it's for wine, coolers, literally just like sparkling water and stuff. I'm so excited to stock this. And then last but not least, we have this section over here. So we now have a microwave down here. If you guys remember, the microwave used to be up here. So we got rid of that microwave and got just on the counter style microwave. And then we have one storage pull-out bin here, and we've decided to put our giant pot for soup, Pluto's food, and then we're gonna do protein powders and other like taller things here because this is a pretty tall storage, but it's really nice that we now can tuck Pluto's food away and it's just like out of sight, out of mind. This has been super great for easy access and I literally love this drawer, it's great. Coming over to the main part of the kitchen, we replaced the whole backsplash as well as the countertops. So our backsplash used to only go up not even halfway, like below the outlets, and then the uppers were all just bare. I also did install these little silver outlet covers. I'm still trying to decide if I like them or not, but I think for now they go really well. We also got a new sink and a new faucet. So our sink before used to be a square-ish rectangle. Now we got a rounded one. It's just a lot easier to keep clean and functionality-wise is a lot better. And then our new faucet, before our faucet couldn't switch from like a waterfall to a spray style nozzle. So now it does, again, all silver, matches perfectly. Didn't change anything with the bottoms. And then for the above, we now have an integrated range hood. So that's there, and then a little storage shelf up there. And then in terms of storage, each cabinet has 3 shelves, which before we only had 2. So we got a whole nother shelf of storage and they go up all the way almost to the ceiling. So I just feel like the kitchen seems so much bigger, airier, taller now with the full cabinets almost all the way up to the ceiling. So that's the little kitchen overview, everything that we changed, what we kept the same, and kind of functionality wise how things are gonna work now. Already since we've started like restocking our cabinets and stuff, we have so much more space. It's crazy. A big part of why we did this kitchen reno is to minimize clutter and just have more storage for things that we don't use as often but still use. So things like our bigger pots and pans, things like Pluto's food, protein powders that like didn't really have a storage space and kind of were always left kind of out and about. Also having a somewhat second workspace, like this island is so big that now we can host, we can work out here a lot easier. It's just like so much more of an inviting work environment. Also, eventually I do think we want to do some floating shelves or at least some sort of art against the wall of the island here just to finish it up. Yeah, that's our full kitchen. I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. It just feels so much more open, so much taller, airier, brighter. I think with all of the white cabinets and the white backsplash and countertops as well, it just draws in so much more light. Like, our condo is already a pretty bright condo because of all the windows. I felt like the brown countertops and cabinets were just sucking in the light and were taking light away, and now it just feels so much airier, brighter, open. I love it, and we have more storage. But let's put away all the stuff on the countertops and reset the kitchen. So this is exactly how I had the kitchen set up before, so I have to decide if I want to keep it like this or maybe rearrange it. I think it looks good for now and it's functional, so for now this is the kitchen setup. Thank you guys so much for coming on this fun little kitchen reno journey with us. I am truly so happy with how our kitchen reno came out, and I feel like we also didn't have to blow a bag on basically reinventing our kitchen, doing it low cost, minimally, and keeping a good portion of it the same, so it still feels like our home and it still felt cohesive. But if you have any questions about our kitchen reno, feel free to comment and I'm happy to chat. I'm happy to answer them. But I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.